Well, this is Boyd the Broker. You know, I suffered a major stroke in 2021. Now I've become an example of what can be accomplished with dedication, family, and above all, hope. I'm willing to discuss anything so that others will find inspiration to recover as well as I have. Steve, this is my only city council member that I've actually probably ever met. And you know what he says to me? He goes, "Do I look like a city councilman?" You look like a Manhattan Beach city councilman. How's that? Because Manhattan Beach is such a unique, great place. Tell us all about you. Because this, even though, oh, by the way, how cool is that though? I got a 6-foot sign of me. You got to admit, that's pretty cool.
That's legit.
Do you have one of those at the council meetings? Do they have Steve with a 6-foot sign and they're going?
They do. It's the other Steve Napolitano.
Ah, that guy.
He served as our prior mayor for 6 terms. So
yes, and tell us a bit more about. So you and I, we have mutual friends.
Yes.
Yanni Curry's the big one. I mean, it's too bad that he isn't able to make it. I think that he sent you a text, and hopefully you can say something on his behalf.
For sure, yes. I've known Yanni for over 15 years. Dear friend of mine, and I know he's a dear friend of yours. Yanni has a spinal cord injury and runs a local nonprofit called Next Step. It's located here currently in Lawndale. They build rehab centers for individuals with disabilities. He was an active athlete, also played at Georgetown, and truly appreciates the Jimmy Miller Foundation for the work they do, getting people out there to experience life the way they used to before it was so challenging for them.
And that, you know what, you nailed something, right? Or Yanni nailed something. Life is challenging, right? I mean, that's the thing. What have you overcome? What you're a big family guy. That's what I want to talk about. And to the point where I'm jealous because my son, who I've done everything for, has left the nest. And so now I'm going, geez, I got so much time on the weekends and this and that. And then I text Steve and he's like, I don't have 20 minutes. I got to go to this soccer game and this game and that game. And I'm all, wow, that's kind of cool. I wish I was still doing that. So give us a typical week of City Councilman Steve.
So true. I started my career young, and with that, I had to make some sacrifices, and I started my family a little bit later. So that being the case, I was fortunate to be able to work as an employee for the city of Manhattan Beach for over 30 years.
Wow.
And I started again very young and just stayed the course. And
you look 35. How's that even possible? That's us old guys that freaking make us look like we're 100.
It's the Manhattan Beach healthy living,
I guess.
Work-life balance. So that being the case, my last post with the city of Manhattan Beach as an employee was as finance director. So with that, I had the ability to retire as early as I could because I knew the best title I was going to ever have in my life was not council member, it was not finance director, it was DAD. We call it the house, was dad. And I wanted to be present with the kids.
Wow.
I've got 2 in, one in elementary and one about to enter elementary. So I'm really in the thick of it. So part of why I ran for council is, I had the subject matter expert of being an employee, of understanding the operation. So I wanted to take it to that next level and be the voice of the people and make sure that we continue the legacy that we set forth over the 30 years of prepping the finances for the city.
No doubt about it. And what's so great about Manhattan Beach? This is your time to sit on Boyd's podcast and say what you've always wanted to say about why Manhattan Beach is just such a great place to raise a family.
That's a really good question. I have a little forward motto. I know with the Jimmy Miller Foundation, it's one wave at a time. And I always say, it's how lucky are we to live in Manhattan Beach? And I say that because it's a 4-square-mile town. It's a small town, but it has big city services. We have an incredible unified school district. Our public safety is top notch. It's a safe city. And it's also a city that cares and is compassionate and supports their local network of Rotary clubs and Neptunian clubs and Kiwanis and everything that goes along with being a big city and a little city package. So it's kind of giving back to the community in the sense of making sure that we're fiscally prudent, safe, and proactive. We recently also had a event a couple of weeks ago in El Segundo with the refinery fire. So we're always trying to refine and rebuild protocols to make things better for our residents.
You know, you brought up something about the school district that people need to know about. So my son went to MBMS and went to Maricosta. When I came back from my stroke, I thought that I was going to hinder my son's ability to make it through high school. But I tell you, the support that he got from not only the community but the leaders at Maricosta, he's turned it into something. And I'm proud to say he's off at Berkeley, and it's through the Manhattan Beach schools and how much they truly care. That's the thing. You know, for the first couple of years, I couldn't really go to the school and meet all the teachers and do that sort of thing. But in the third and fourth year, I was able to do that. And I was just so impressed with the level of genuine interest that the teachers and therefore the community had in bringing everybody to a better place. And you as a city council member, you are at the pinnacle of that. And I got to tell you, it's just hats off and all the respect in the world, because when you're down or when you need help, you need to know that there's services and people and things around you that will be able to bring you up. And I felt that in Manhattan Beach. My family's felt that in Manhattan Beach. And it starts with the people that work within the city of Manhattan Beach. And that's you right here.
And that's well said. And I speak for myself and my colleagues that we support, the community in a way, although we don't have direct connection to the school district because they're their own entity, but we do everything we can to support them. We're so fortunate to have a school district that is fully engaged with our kids, with the teachers, with all the after school programs and the support. You know, it's one for all and all for none. And that's kind of the motto that I see, even with my kids at an elementary level. Not to mention also, I'm also the Little League commissioner for the city of Manhattan Beach. So I am
that.
fully engaged in with the community and embracing everything that Manhattan Beach has to give.
But you're a Dodger fan.
It gives back a lot.
You're cheering for the Dodgers.
We're off cheering for the Dodgers.
I'm a Yankee fan. Isn't that's almost like sacrilegious, isn't it?
You lost to a Canadian team. So
yeah, that's true.
I mean, it's
remember the Expos? Yeah, they were.
Yeah, I do remember the Expos, but you had a good run. The Yankees did for a while. It's time for the Blue Crew to catch up a a little bit here.
Vladimir Guerrero, he's just a stud, isn't he? Wow.
Vlad is two people in one.
Right?
Yes.
And when they need him most, which is in life, Jeter. Jeter's the same sort of thing. It's like Captain Clutch, they call him. And I used to teach this to my kid. People don't see you when things are great. It's when things are bad that you get through it and you rise up to do it better. But you gotta want to be in that spot. You gotta want to be in that position where what you do will make a difference. It's not going to make a positive difference every time. You're going to lose, just like in sports. I mean, you hit 4 out of 10 and you're in the Hall of Fame, right? Yeah. Nobody remembers those six strikeouts. They just remember that time when you got 4 hits. So that's it. Well, Steve, and here I'm going to try this Charelian.
Very, very nice.
That wasn't bad.
But in that same note that you just mentioned, Michael Jordan also had a motto, and his was, I made more shots than I didn't, but I wouldn't have taken those shots. I wouldn't have had an opportunity to win if I didn't take the shot.
That's
so it's always about the moment and taking the shot when you have, whether you're up or down, it's always moving forward.
That's it. Yep. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, awesome to meet you, Steve.
Thank you,
cool.
Boyd.
Thank you.
Take good care.
I'm Boyd the Broker. I appreciate you tuning into my podcast. I live in the real world. Where do you live?